This is the smallest motorcycle BMW makes, and frankly, it has absolutely no place in BMW's lineup anymore.
It should be going the way of the dinosaur, because it weighs as much as a T-Rex and accelerates about as quickly as a Brachiosaurus crossing a parking lot.
Well, hello there in YouTube land, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're at the Woodlands Premium Motorcycles, and we're going to do something different. We're going to hop on the G310 from BMW, this little beginner bike that's been around the lineup of BMW since, I don't know, 2016, I think. It's been a while, and they have not upgraded it at all, so I'm not expecting anything great from this bike. I just want to get it out of my system and see how it's like to ride. The only thing they've done is to change the aesthetics a little bit on that headlight, but everything else is the same basically. It has a little single cylinder engine and these bribery brakes, and I don't know. Let's check out all the information on it. So obviously it's a beginner bike, but it's oh my god, the foot peg is slippery, even though it has a little rubber thing. So this type of bike, I don't really get it for the American market, because as a beginner bike, it's too small. You can't really get on the freeway and enjoy anything. So a lot of people who buy these bikes, they learn how to ride for a couple of months and then they get rid of it. So look at our old school Casio dash.
This is the BMW G310R, BMW's smallest naked bike. A 313 cubic centimeters single-cylinder beginner motorcycle built in India by TVS, which immediately creates a problem. Because BMW is a company that sells S1000RRs, M1000Rs, giant GS adventure bikes that can cross continents, and then there's this, a tiny little commuter bike making about 34 horsepower.
Ein kleiner König heut, doch gebaut für den Sturm. BMW G, treib uns hinterher.
Okay. Well, little thumper doesn't sound that bad. A little single cylinder. Yeah, this dash is not great. But that's, it's not going to be a premium bike. This is built in India by TVS, I believe. So they just have the badging so that they can use the BMW name and sell it, but it's really a TVS bike, an Indian bike. So that's why I'm saying it's like for the American public, I don't know who's really buying this bike. There are different options that are going to be more affordable, or maybe just the same but a little bit better. I saw a little CB500F. I think that bike is a lot better than this thing. That's a twin as opposed to this single, but you get on it, it doesn't feel so bad. I mean, you do feel like you're in a bigger bike. The mirrors are the same as on all the other BMWs, so that's not bad. There's nothing, obviously it's not going to have any electronics. It's just going to be a bike that you can learn on. You can't change mode, you can't change anything except you put in gear. Now, for learning how to ride, that's good. Why do you need more? Why do you need electronics and stuff that is going to cost you more? So that's the thing that we're going to have here. It's like, why do you want that badge that is going to cost you more than to just go an actual Indian bike or even a CF Moto bike, Royal Enfield? I mean, there are a whole bunch of bikes that you can buy in this category. So this thing has a lot of competition. So that's why you don't see a lot of these bikes out there, because, well, you're paying a little premium just for that little badge right there. And look at how tiny little badge.
Let's talk specs. Engine. 313 cubic centimeters single-cylinder liquid-cooled 34 horsepower at 9,250 revolutions per minute, 28 Newton-meters torque, 6-speed gearbox, ride-by-wire throttle, slip-assist clutch, Euro 5 Plus compliant. Chassis, tubular steel trellis frame, 41mm inverted fork, aluminum swing arm, Bavarian 4-piston front brake, ABS standard, 17-inch wheels. Weight and performance, 164 kilograms fully loaded. Top speed, 143 kilometers per hour, 88 miles per hour. Fuel economy, around 3.5 liters per 100 kilometers.
But let's see how it rides. Before we destroy it, let's see how it rides. The clutch is very soft, though. That's a good thing for beginners. Let's see how the friction zone feels, because that's another thing that beginner bikes are gonna enjoy. The shifter felt, or the transmission when you shifted, felt really smooth. That's a good thing. Oh yeah, the friction zone is very easy to get along with. It starts moving right away. That's something you want as a beginner. All right, they're all piling up there. I think I'm the last one on this ride. That's good. Look at that beautiful R9T. I like that bike, but I don't like that engine. When they come up with a new one on that bike. All right, let's see. Oh my God, it's so, I'm crammed on this bike. It's so small. It's a little sportier than I thought on the position. On the, oh no, it's just terrible, man. It's just like the Triumph 400 that is just gonna make a whole lot of noise, but it's not really moving. The riding position is weird because the foot pegs are very forward, almost like mid control instead of like a naked bike style, naked bike style of foot position. That is not good. But I mean, if you're a shorter rider, that's good, but then you're not going to be able to flat foot this bike, because look, I'm flat footing, but the pegs are right here, so they're in the way. Yeah, so whoever designed this bike, I don't think they did a very great job. And then the ergonomics, the way they dropped, I mean, this is a terrible bike, man. I mean, I haven't ridden slower bike in a while, but I don't know between these and the Triumph which one's gonna be slower. I was gonna say faster, but no, they're not faster, slower. That's why you want a little pep on your beginner bikes. That's what you need, a twin. The single cylinders, I mean, for learning it's not bad, because then you don't get in trouble at all, because you're gonna just accelerate, like give it all the beans, and nothing is happening, right? And you turn down the gear, and then still nothing. And then when you put it lower, it's gonna just rev too much, and it's gonna, let's see if we can get some space here so we can do something about revving this bike and not killing it, because we don't want to destroy it just because it's a smaller bike. Somebody's gonna have it and love it, so take good care of it. But I do want to rev it a little bit to see if it feels a little bit faster than the Triumph, because the Triumph 400s, they look very, what is it I'm trying to say? Very beautiful in a single word would mean beautiful. Yeah, the tires on this thing, I don't fill you with confidence. Look at this. Okay, okay. It moves a little bit more when you open it up. When it gets like, I don't know, what was it, like 6,000 RPMs? But it's not like, oh my God, you're gonna get in trouble. The way it sounds is like a little thumper, like you would expect. Now, I'm not gonna say it's worse than I anticipated, because I did not anticipate this bike to be any good at all, and it is at this point just as I expected. The only thing that is disappointing is the riding position, because it's not comfortable. It's just weird. The ergonomics up here is fine, right? The handlebars are good. The way they reach is just the it's just the your feet. My feet are, I feel so crammed on this thing. But everything else, I mean, the way the bike feels, it feels pretty planted. It doesn't feel like a cheap bike, because that's what I was expecting.
Now on paper, this thing is terrible. The KTM 390 Duke makes more power. The Yamaha MT-03 is smoother. The Triumph Speed 400 feels more premium. And yet somehow, BMW charges BMW money for it. It is cheap, but not affordable. So, what gives?
A cheap bike that costs too much. And at this moment, at this point in this ride, I feel like it's an affordable bike that is not that affordable. But it's not a cheap bike. It doesn't feel like bad. It doesn't feel like so plasticky. Like, you know, when you get on a MT-07 or even an MT-03, but even an MT-07, how you feel every component that is terrible. Like it's not like terrible, but you know what I mean. It feels cheap. It feels like, you know, they're cutting corners here so that they can keep the prices low. This one does not feel that way. The suspension for this bike, for what it is, it's a lot better than I was expecting. I mean, even the MT-07 suspension felt worse than this. This one does feel like a brand new bike, right? Plush, sporty, but not uncomfortable. So very good on that regard. The suspension on this bike gets 10 points for the budget that it is.
But then, you ride it. And annoyingly, it starts making sense. It's easy to cut through traffic in city streets. This thing is unbelievably efficient. Not efficient like a spreadsheet. Efficient like a bicycle with an engine. The clutch is light. The steering is light. The seating position is comfortable, even though the foot pegs are in the wrong position. And because it's small, it's easy to move around.
So maybe what BMW should do is just like CF Moto does with their 450 platforms that they have, a sporty one. And that would sell a lot better, just because of the looks. But I understand, you're not going to buy a sport bike that it doesn't do any sport things. Okay, let's see how it handles these bumps on these rail tracks. Yeah, very good. It doesn't feel bad. Yeah, I feel bad about giving it all the beans, but well, you have to, because otherwise it doesn't move. But I think now that I hit the sweet spot, it is faster than the Triumphs, and the Triumphs have more CCs, so it's not that bad. BMW, I mean, if you're buying this bike, I wouldn't say, oh, what a bad idea, you wasted your money on a piece of crap. No, you're buying a good bike, a good quality bike that is just a little overpriced, because, well, you have to, right? Let's check out the brakes now. Back brake is soft. Ooh, front brake, there's nothing. You have to go all the way in for it to stop. Let's try it again. That's not that bad. It does have some bite, but it just takes a while for it to engage. So for a beginner bike, I think that's the perfect setup for the brake, because it's not gonna scare you and you're not gonna make a mistake. Even if you hit it like with all your, if you grab it with all hand, it's gonna be progressive. So that's a very good thing. I think that the way they planned this bike, suspension wise, brake wise, engine wise, I think it's perfect for beginners. It's just the way the ergonomics are not built, I mean, are not designed perfect, and it's not really sporty. It doesn't feel very good when you put it on the side, and it's hard for it to get to the side. Even though it's a very lightweight bike, it doesn't feel that lightweight. It takes a while for you to turn it, and I have to put it in second on these corners, because otherwise it just revs too much and you can't really get out of the corner at all. you can't really move on the seat just because of the way the foot pegs are set. I mean, you can, but it's just a little uncomfortable doing that. Let's try it now. Let's see, yes. You can do something, but not a lot. Yeah, for sporty riding, it's not. I mean, you can be sporty on anything, but I wouldn't recommend to buy this bike if you want to learn how to ride sporty riding. It is just to learn how to ride on the street like a regular fella.
When you're riding this bike, suddenly you realize you're having fun. Not wheelie past a Lamborghini fun, more like I accidentally took the long way home fun. The engine is not fast, let's get that clear. If speed is your goal, this motorcycle will disappoint you with German efficiency. 0 to excitement takes approximately 3 business days. But above 6,500 revolutions per minute, the little single cylinder wakes up and starts trying its best. And honestly, that effort becomes charming.
Okay. Once you start getting used to it, it does feel a little bit better. It's just, well, I'm not used to it. You don't know in which gear to take these little corners, these slow maneuvering corners, so that you can feel something. You're not gonna feel the rush or the adrenaline. You're gonna feel the rush or the adrenaline if you start putting these tires on the side, because you're gonna lose grip really quick, because they are budget tires. We'll see. These are the tires. Bam. You guys let me know if you have experience with these tires. Am I talking out of my ass, or am I correct in saying that it feels like they're not gonna have a lot of grip on the corners? But we'll see. Without being too crazy, let's see if they can give us some space here so we can maneuver this corner a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Well, not that much, not that great. Couldn't really do anything, but that's not what this demo is for. It's not a track day, they said. And I was like, really? What do you mean it's not a track day? You bums, that's what I came here for. Now, well, what can I tell you guys? The bike is not terrible. The bike is good. Would it go on my list? Would I buy this bike? Absolutely not, because this is for beginners. I have not been a beginner for a while now. Would I recommend you buy this bike as a beginner? Well, yeah. If you want to have all your BMW gear and match the bike that you are on, then yeah. If you want a bike that looks like a modern naked from the 90s, maybe, or the, what is it, 2000s maybe, because that's the aesthetics of this bike. It's modern, but not really. If you want a bike to learn and that has weird ergonomics, then yes. I'm guessing if you're short and don't care much about putting your feet, flat footing your feet. But that's not much more I can say about this bike. It is what it is. It's not going to break any records. You're not going to take it to the track and enjoy yourself on this thing. I mean, yeah, of course you can enjoy yourself, because you can enjoy yourself on any bike, but it will be like the worst track bike ever. And
Now, will this motorcycle win races? No. Will it get you laid? Absolutely not. You pull up to a date on this? You're probably responsible with your taxes. But as a beginner bike, it's excellent because it teaches you momentum, corner speed, throttle discipline, and unlike giant leader bikes, it won't try to murder you because you sneezed mid-corner.
it's For commuting, it's gonna be good enough, not comfortable enough. The seat is not very plush, and it keeps you in just one position. So who is this bike for? It is for people who are short, but they don't care about flat footing. That's this bike.
You will outgrow it quickly. That's unavoidable. After a year or two, you'll want more speed, more torque, more drama. But here's the weird thing. You probably won't sell it, because this becomes the bike you ride to work, the bike you grab for errands, the bike you take downtown because you don't want to wrestle a 600-pound monster in traffic. And eventually you realize, this tiny dinosaur BMW has become one of the most useful motorcycles in your garage. So yes, on paper, the BMW G310R makes almost no sense in BMW's lineup. It's slow, it's modest, it's not particularly sexy. But motorcycles are not always about horsepower. Sometimes they're about simplicity, efficiency, ease, and fun. And this little Bavarian dinosaur has all three.
Well, that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, if you like the videos, to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell button, and share with all your friends. You don't like the videos, well, share them with all your enemies. And I'll see you guys on the next one.
Morgen graue auf dem Tank, kalt wie Stahl in der Hand. Ich dreh den Schlüssel um und die Nacht wird heut verbrannt. Der Motor atmet tief, jede Narbe wird wach. Ich steh auf dem Asphalt und das Blut geht intakt. Ketten klirren im Wind, Augen fest nach vorn. Ein kleiner König heut, doch gebaut für den Sturm. BMW G3 und NR, reißt mich durch die Stadt. BMW G3 und NR, bis der Morgen mich hat. BMW G3 und NR, schrei den Namen laut. BMW G3 und NR, wenn die Welt zusammenklappt. Tabella schlägt im Kreis, Zither schneidet hell, meine Hände brennen heiß und die Straße wird zum Fest. Roter Staub auf dem Helm und der Puls schlägt hart. Zwischen Tempel und Beton fahr ich meinen eigenen Pfad. Links die Menge im Licht, rechts der Hunger im Blick. Ich nehm jede Kurve mit und geb nie mehr zurück. Ketten klirren im Wind, Augen fest nach vorn. Ein kleiner König heut, doch gebaut für den Sturm. BMW G3 und NR, reißt mich durch die Stadt. BMW G3 und NR, bis der Morgen mich hat. BMW G3 und NR, schrei den Namen laut. BMW G3 und NR, wenn die Welt zusammenklappt. Wenn das Feuer mich ruft und der Himmel sich biegt, dann tanz ich auf dem Draht, bis der letzte Ton verglüht. Fahr mich frei. BMW G3 und NR, reiß mich durch die Stadt. BMW G3 und NR, bis der Morgen mich hat.
is what it is. That's the conclusion.